2000, Southern Illinois, approximately 4 a.m. At the Regional 911 Center located in Belleville, all conversations are recorded. This tape begins with a radio dispatch from 911 operator Tina Joaquin.
It was, I just received a call from Highland PD, reference to a truck driver.
No caution yet.
There's got to be a caution. I mean, he's going to stay up against that wall.
Caution is out. Caution is out.
Leader out of turn 2. Casey Atwood's going to hold on the lead lap here as they come to caution. Jeff Burton may get one back, or maybe Schrader, or maybe both of them. Burton pulls underneath. Here comes Schrader, and they both get back on the lead lap. 7 laps to go as the caution comes out for Dave Blaney.
All right, there's 7 laps to go. I don't know if they would have enough time to do it, but Darrell, we've seen this a lot of the last couple of years. NASCAR throw a red flag so they can get this racetrack cleaned up where we can have some green flag racing.
Well, I don't think this, I think that car is capable of being moved pretty quickly here. I can't imagine they'd stop the race at this point.
6 laps to go. Tony Stewart trying to hurry the pace car there. Here's what happened to Dave Blaney.
See, here goes Blaney driving off there.
So Blaney drives away with damage, severe damage to the right front of his car. Caution out. It's going to be 5 to go, and the pace car has stopped to the roar of the crowd.
The fans love it. We'll see green flag racing at the end of this race.
Now, the pace car stopped to let the track truck out to put down a little, to do a little cleanup work there at turn 4.
Yeah, I just don't. The track's not that bad. There's nothing really to worry about, I don't think.
Terry Labonte got a win in 1998 here in this type of situation. The red flag is not out. However, the pace car and the field have stopped.
And Blaney is going by. Here's Blaney right here. He's come all the way around the racetrack, trying to get it back in the garage. So I think they're just checking the track before they bring them around, and when they bring them around, they give them 1 to go.
Talk about a shootout. Get all your bullets and get your guns loaded, because we're about to have one here at Richmond International Raceway in the Pontiac Excitement 400.
Gordon, Jarrett, Labonte, Burton, Harvick, Wallace, buckle up and hold on for the hottest night in May. The Winston. By invitation only. The best drivers of Winston Cup. In a no-holds-barred dash for the cash, under the lights, where nice guys finish last. The Winston, Saturday, May 19th, 5:30 Eastern, only on FX.
They're gonna fly you places for free. You're gonna meet girls. Oh God, it's gonna get ugly.
Premiere Magazine calls Almost Famous the movie of the year. Anyone who ever had a heart will have their heart melted.
You're one of us.
From Cameron Crowe, creator of Jerry Maguire.
I have to go home.
You are home.
It's wonderful. A celebration. Almost Famous.
Win a Cobra replica in the kit car giveaway from DIY, the do-it-yourself network. Enter at DIYnet.com or send a hand-printed postcard with your name, address, and phone number to the address shown. The Cobra replica from DIY. Don't be left behind. Exclusive offer for Dish subscribers. Upgrade to America's Top 150 now and be automatically entered to win a Cobra replica. Any Dish subscriber can enter at DishNetwork.com.
It's time to play.
You're Notch Johnson.
What night is Son of a Beach on?
I can't remember.
Every Tuesday.
That's really hard to swallow.
What time on Tuesday?
I don't remember.
10 p.m. Why should you watch?
It's free. All right.
Once again.
Son of the Beach, Tuesdays at 10. I got it.
Don't miss Son of the Beach, Tuesdays at 10, only on FX.
The toughest men in the world, the best of the best.
Hands down above the rest. A countdown to the proving ground. The Tough Man Championship Finals coming up next on FX.
The red flag is out at Richmond International Raceway. We have completed 394 laps. The field was stopped at turn 3 for cleanup in turn 4, and so that we wouldn't use up another lap coming by the caution once again, because NASCAR has full intention of getting this race back under green to finish off the 400 laps. That's provoked a little conversation down on pit road amongst the teams and officials.
He's trying to explain to them why they did that.
Well, look at how many people are in this grandstand, and it's easy to see.
This is Brian Dehart, the NASCAR official. He's talking to Greg Cimpadelli right now, Tony Stewart's crew chief. This is one fella that he don't want to see this situation going on. He wants to see caution laps being run right now.
But now here you have to applaud NASCAR. They could have just run off the 6 laps and ended this race under caution. Everyone would have gone home having seen a great race. But if it's at all possible, they want to try to finish under green, and that's what we're going to try to do here, with Stewart leading, Jeff Gordon, Rusty Wallace, Steve Park 4th, Ricky Rudd in 5th. The rest of the lead lap cars are Johnny Benson, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Dale Jarrett, Matt Kenseth, Bobby Labonte, and Sterling Marlin. Then Mark Martin, Casey Atwood, and getting back on the lead lap were Jeff Burton, Kenny Schrader. Those are the lead lap cars, 15 of them. The Tough Man Heavyweight Finals. I think we're seeing it here, but there's a show by that name on FX right after the race.
Well, let's see if they give them one to go as they come by here. That would be my guess. I don't know why they wouldn't.
And remember, we're within that 10-lap window, so no matter when they get the one to go, it will be what we call a down finger restart. It will be single file restart with only lead lap cars to the front.
Now, Rick Mast's car has not restarted out in turn 3.
See, that's the downside to stopping the cars. You never know how cars are going to start.
There are push trucks moving into position. So
they're not giving one to go, so
I think they got to at least get all the cars rolling and moving before we could certainly give one to go.
So now at least 2 more laps of caution, which would mean we could have 3 laps left of green. Let's go trackside to Chris Myers and Jeff Hammond.
All right. Well, Jeff, you picked Tony Stewart, so you're a little bit frustrated about the decision making here.
I'm telling you. Well, understand one thing. I've been around racing for a long time. I'm not used to the way they're doing things now. Normally, if a caution flag comes out, you wouldn't have this situation. Now you got cars like the 88 car. He may be out of gas right now. You never know about this. This is a bad situation when you run this hard all night long. Jeannie, what do you think about this?
You're exactly right. It was just moments ago when Dale Jarrett said, hey, how much longer are we going to be sitting here because fuel is a concern for me? And the ironic part is he's directly across from his pit, and there's nothing his guys can do for him because he is out of gas.
Get on the flat, DJ. Come on down, come on down. Wiggle it around a little bit.
Trying to get some fuel in the fuel cell to the fuel pickup so that car will run.
And the fuel pickup is in the right rear corner, so sometimes when you're not going at high speed and G-force is slinging the fuel over that corner, you won't pick up all the fuel. Dale Jarrett was on pit road at lap 282, which was about 113 laps ago.
They should use a big brown truck to push him.
Well, that's what they look like they got going on right now, Chris. But as Larry's saying, when the cars are running, there may be another gallon of gas in that race car, but because it's sat there and got back down with the foam that's inside the fuel cell, it needs to be basically forced over to the right-hand side of the car where the pickup is to get the car refired, and he would probably have enough to complete the other 5 laps here.
Well, see, they can't restart the race as long as they're pushing him around here. They got him out on the racetrack. And
ready, I'm bone dry.
Also, Mike Skinner is being pushed down in turn 2.
Man.
Now, this is fair because the cars stopped running past the entrance to pit road. So all we're doing is pushing them back around to the pits. Remember, once the white flag comes out, you can't receive any assistance on the racetrack.
And since he had to come to pit road, they're going to go ahead and put 4 tires on. He probably not going to have time to use them.
He had to have 4 tires. He's riding around on the apron. He'd got all that debris and stuff on the tires. He couldn't have taken off. It'd taken him 3 laps to get them cleaned off. So just a number of issues here.
And it's hard to give them one to go until they park these records. Matt?
Greg Cimpadelli is Tony Stewart's crew chief. What did NASCAR tell you? You had several conversations with them. I was just arguing because I didn't want them to stop and go to red. I hate to finish under yellow, but after the season we've had here and as good a car as we have, I hate to give it up at the end there. We'll just Tony will have to dig deep here and get a good restart, and hopefully we can bring this home for Home Depot and Pontiac here tonight in this Pontiac Excitement 400.
Pontiac still looking for their first win this season, Mike.
Thanks, Matt. Stewart and Gordon nose to tail. Remember the last time that happened on a short track, Bristol, Tennessee, last lap? Need I remind anybody?
No, but could be a replay, because I believe Gordon on a restart, is going to be a little bit better than Stewart.
Bristol, Tennessee, they were racing, I believe, for 4th place during the race and afterwards.
We have received the 1 to go. We're going to have a 2-lap shootout. Remember, single file restart. You see these guys wiggling these cars back and forth, Darrell. That's so important because they got to get these tires cleaned off.
Got to get the tires cleaned off. They're low on fuel. I mean, so many things you have to take into consideration when you leave the cars out there like this.
A lot of people had headed for the parking lot, and the caution came out. They've all run back in. They've not gone to their seats, though. You have lined the fence to see what happens in these final 2 laps.
Well, this is an ingredients for a disaster.
And guys, don't forget, I know we only got 2 laps to go, but that car in 4th place, that yellow car, Steve Park, remember, he has a little fresher tires than anybody, and he was fast. I don't know if he was as fast as Tony Stewart, but he was definitely better than Rusty Wallace that's right in front of him.
Yeah, he might be able to get by Rusty, but I don't believe he can get by all the way to the front, unless these guys really get crazy down here.
Stewart easing it, bringing him slow off turn 4, and now he's on the gas, and we've got just 2 laps to go.
Gordon got a terrible restart. I believe he spun the tires when he took off.
Rusty Wallace pulls to the inside. That 2-car, Steve Park's coming. He carries him all the way up. Park's right there.
Wrecking down the front.
They stay green. Todd Bodine got spun, but we keep going. We're under green with 1 lap to go, and they come back.
Look at Rusty all over the rear bumper, that 24 car.
Gordon got such a terrible restart, and it really cost him a shot at getting up there and getting after Stewart.
Last lap.
There's a Park right there. Got a shot at getting under Rusty off of 2 over here. Can't quite make it happen. Car spinning down the back straightaway.
No matter. Checkered flag in the win. Tony Stewart, 10th career victory, first of the season. That was Elliott Sadler spinning down the backstretch as a lot of wild things happened in the last 2 laps.
Well, that's basically what that's all about. When you stop them over there and get them lined up like that for a shootout, that's just kind of a preview of the next week's race. Winston coming up.
Tony Stewart's first win came here at Richmond in September '99. In his last 3 races, a win, a 4th, and a 2nd.
This is Rusty Wallace. He's pointing at Jeff Gordon. They've been side by side ever since they checkered flag, having a little conversation with each other.
Good job. Good job.
Short tracks, short sprint to the finish equals short tempers.
Yes, it does. And of course, what happened there again, Gordon didn't take off. I think he spun his rear tires that let Rusty get alongside of him going down in the first turn. Got old tires on the cars. They kind of got together down there. That's just one of those racing things. I don't believe anybody should be upset about that.
Well, donuts, crawlers, just smoke it up right down the straightaway.
That thing will never make it if he keeps winding her up like that.
Yeah.
Oh me.
Holding 3 fingers out the window, Tony Stewart embarks on the Polish victory lap, made famous by Alan Kulwicki, as he salutes the memory of Dale Earnhardt and celebrates his first victory of 2001.
This is after the race.
Ooh. Then he gives him a little tap.
Oh, he brake checked him.
And Jeff's arms out the window. And there's Rusty's response. Steve?
These guys are the ones fixing the cars. We don't need to fucking pump on it. Hey, I had a shot at winning. You did. Now you ain't close. Rusty, what'd you say to Jeff? Get out of here. I don't want to talk about stuff. What'd I say to Jeff? What's that mean? Just now. You're talking to Jeff Gordon. Well, I had a great race today. I led the most laps. We finished third, and we gained a lot of points on Jarrett, and that was a big thing for me today. I was real happy with the car. And, man, I tell you, it's got too loose at the very end there, and I fell from the lead to third, and there's not much I could do about it.
Let's go to Matt. Well, Jeff Gordon has climbed from his car. Jeff, what about your conversation with Rusty?
Well, you know, he body slammed me pretty bad there at the last corner. And, I mean, it was just racing, but I was a little mad at him, you know. Thought it was a little uncalled for. You know, he got a good restart, and he got underneath me, but there's no reason for him to just slam me all the way up in the other lane. But DuPont Chevrolet was great today. I mean, I thought we had a shot at winning there at the end. You never knew what could have happened, you know, with the old tires like that on the restart. We might have had a shot at him, but we'll never know now. But just really proud of Robbie and these guys. They worked hard, come home with another runner-up finish. You know, it's a good point today for us. We're real happy.
What was Rusty's response?
Oh, well, he's mad at me because of what happened afterwards, because I just thought it was uncalled for what he did, you know, going in there. He said, hey, you know, I just drove in there and couldn't stop and drove into you. And, you know, that's just, I guess, short track racing with 2 to go.
That is short track racing. Mike?
It's kind of nice they can smile about it afterwards, at least for the cameras.
I was proud of Rusty. Now, you know, he didn't jump. He said, oh, my car ran good, and you could tell he was hot, and but he moved on. But that last couple of laps there is just ingredients for disaster when you stop the cars like that and then ask these guys to race for the win. It's a wonder that they didn't have a few more tempers flaring.
Our MBNA winner's circle in the Pontiac Excitement 400, occupied by Tony Stewart and Joe Gibbs Racing. It's his first win since Homestead last October. Second Richmond win in 5 starts here. He's finished in the top 8 4 of those 5 races, and he's the 9th different winner in 2001. Also, it's the first time Pontiac's been to victory lane this season. And it's Tony Stewart's 3rd short track win.
That's going to make going up to Indy tomorrow a little more fun for him,
I'd say. Dick Berggren is there.
Well, thanks for the math, Tony Stewart. Congratulations on a great run. What were you thinking when that caution flag came out at the end?
NASCAR's going to take it away from me. I didn't need to see that. I mean, the last 2 laps, the car slid around all over the place, but I tried to think of every restart I knew in the book and everything I've learned in 23 years on how to get a good restart with a couple laps to go like that, and I think it worked.
September 1999, you led 333 laps at this thing out of 400. The last 2 races last year, you almost won those. Now you have won this thing again. What is it about you at Richmond? What have you figured out about this place?
I tell you what, Dale Earnhardt taught me a lot about this place. I followed him a lot of laps here, and he just flat wear you out. I mean, you think you're going to beat him and pass him and go on, and the next thing you know, he'd run back on you. So you learn how to save your tires, and you learn how to not abuse your equipment around here. So I learned a lot from him here.
All right, congratulations. We're going to go to Jeannie.
And we're going to join Steve Park right now, obviously getting a lot of questions coming to the end of this race. The second time this season we see a caution coming out when you had a great opportunity. What were you thinking?
Man, we were just hoping the caution wouldn't come out. Thanks, DJ, man. We were just hoping the caution wouldn't come out, and I think we could have gained 1 or 2 more positions because we were coming on strong, and those guys were slipping and sliding on some hot tires. So, but all in all, great Saturday night. Just want to thank Pennzoil, Jim Postal, Paul Andrews, Chevrolet, and Goodyear. I mean, we just got a great race team here, and we've stumbled the last couple weeks, and hopefully we got it turned around now.
The fresh tires helped to the good finish. Mike Joy?
Thanks, Jeannie. Big celebration down there in Victory Lane for Tony Stewart with his first win of the season. The last 4 races, they've been right on their game. We'll be back to Richmond to wrap things up after this.
NASCAR on FX has been brought to you by Pontiac, by UPS, by Sears Craftsman Tools, and by Goodyear.
It's not for sale.
No. Some things are just too good to let go of. That's why there's Valvoline Max Life, the first motor oil formulated for higher mileage engines. Max Life conditions use seals to help prevent leaks and helps you hold on to your car for a long, long time.
Don't even think about it.
Valvoline Max Life. And for a simple way to keep your tires looking great, use Eagle One Wet Tire Shine.
There they are. There they are.
okay. Just a little dizzy. Where's Stanley?
How will you make your money last when you retire? Conseco offers a wide variety of retirement products that can help. Conseco, step up.
For 16 gladiators and you, the time has come. The Tough Man 2001 Championship Special 2-hour final showdown next after NASCAR on FX.
NASCAR action heats up on FX. Next Saturday, rookie sensation Greg Biffle battles the Busch Series veterans in New Hampshire. Then in 2 weeks, buckle up for the hottest night in May with NASCAR's top drivers at the Winston. Next Saturday, it's Busch Series Racing, 12:30 Eastern, 9:30 Pacific. And in 2 weeks, it's the Winston, only on FX.
Our Pontiac winning moment occurred at lap 362 as Tony Stewart dropped underneath Rusty Wallace and made good the pass for the lead that would take him to victory. Pontiac Grand Prix congratulates Joe Gibbs Racing and the Wide Track Attack team on yet another victory. Wider is better. And a wild finish with a 2-lap shootout. Here at Richmond International, Stewart, Gordon, Wallace, Park, Rudd, the front 5, Benson, Earnhardt Jr., Kenseth, Schrader, Labonte.
Ken Schrader stayed on the lead lap all night, comes home 9th.
Yeah, Pontiac had a pretty good show tonight. They got several cars in the top 10 tonight.
Dale Jarrett run out of gas, had to come to pit road, only got back to 15th. Not enough laps.
15 cars finished on the lead lap, and only 3 make that 4 in the garage area at the end of the night.
One of those Kenny Wallace tried to get his lap back a long time. He ended up 40th.
Yeah, too bad.
Andy Houston had a great race car. He was involved in that wreck with Ward Burton, finishes 42nd.
Now Jarrett still leads the points, but his margin in 2 weeks has just been chopped down. Now it's only 14 points over Jeff Gordon. Rusty Wallace up to 3rd, just 62 back. And look, the top 4 under 100 points between them.
That 20 car, he just keeps creeping up in those standings every week, up to 7th.
Wow. I wouldn't mind having short track racing about every other week.
Well, I tell you, this was fun tonight under the lights and a lot of excitement, which we knew it would be. Let's go down to see what the boys are doing down there in the old hotel. Old Catfish and his buddy.
All right, well, you know, Darrell, Jeff's excited because he picked Tony Stewart
I'm happy
when the night started. So, and I thought we were going to have
right here with him.
I thought we were going to have a civil war here in Richmond between Rusty Wallace and Jeff Gordon. Watching those two go, but you thought the restart. I mean, you're just adding a little fuel to the fire when you have something like that.
Absolutely. I mean, when it comes down, you got 2 laps to go. Everything goes out the window, guys. It's time to get up on that wheel and get after it. Rusty Wallace went for the win. Hey, he got into him. It made him mad, but I'm sorry. I mean, he was going for the win. And that's the way it works here at short tracks. I mean, I'd have been upset if my driver hadn't made an effort like what Rusty did to get to, to go to the win.
All right, but fitting, the Pontiac Excitement 400 was exciting for Tony Stewart in a Pontiac and their first win of this NASCAR season. On FX next Saturday, of course, the Winston Cup drivers, Mother's Day weekend off for them. They get a break, but the Busch Series continues, and you'll see that from New Hampshire, 12:30 Eastern, 9:30 Pacific on FX. Stick around. The Tough Man Finals are coming up next on FX. Tony's one of the tough guys, as he will announce tomorrow that he's going to drive in Indy for Chip Ganassi, as well as running the Coca-Cola 600 for his Home Depot crew. And a terrific run for Tony Stewart, as he has found victory lane in Richmond, and it is a long way to Richmond.
It's a long way to Richmond.